So I've been asked a few times lately, what is it you do, Matt? How have you made your money? Yeah, as I've shared a couple of times on this channel, I'm a multi-millionaire that's moved to Dubai, and people are like, well, what did you do? What are you doing now? What are you doing in the future? So I thought I'd expand on that a little bit in this video. So I've been sharing my journey of moving to Dubai. Like I say, a multi-millionaire business owner from the UK that's tired of the West and decided to relocate for lower taxes, more sunshine, sea sand and all that stuff. I've just cleaned my teeth. It's like 6 p.m. I don't think I cleaned my teeth today. I just did it for this video because I had a bit of something in my teeth. But I've been grinding all day, working on this new business. But anyway, let me tell you what I did. So roughly speaking, and bear in mind I've had a very bumpy up and down, round and round roller coaster of a journey through entrepreneurship and life. Like some of the things I've done. I had a hot tub hire company. That's not how I made any money. That was more for Holly. I had a nightclub. Again, that wasn't at first, and it's not how I made my money. I made a bit of money at it, and I met Holly, which is cool. But no, what I'm saying is I've had lots of different business experiences, crypto, portfolio properties, etc., etc. But the core, what I would say, my first 10 million. My first $10 million was in info products, so selling information. I mean, it checkered, bumpy history. It's not easy for me to just kind of go, yeah, this is exactly what I did, because I've done so many bits and bobs. And like at first, I made money in affiliate marketing. So I was an affiliate marketer before anything. That's where you promote other people's products and services and get a commission if you send a sale. So that's how I actually first started making money online. But then before that, I did this, I think it was called All the Web or something. I used to put these little, it's not a thing these days, but in the late 90s, I think it was the late 90s, there was this thing called All the Web. Maybe it was called that, maybe it was called something else. But it was like cash to surf, paid to surf. It was like you loaded these ads onto your browser, these like little pieces of software, and it display ads, and you got paid money for how long you was surfing because you were viewing the ads, and advertisers would pay to put their ads on this thing, and they would pay their users a portion of that to have the ads on there. It never lasted, but I mean, my initial money, I think my first ever online money was actually that. But anyway, the first 10 million was in info products, either as an affiliate for info products or as a merchant, the creator of the info products. So I did 10 million plus before I stopped counting, doing that. And again, during this time I had a nightclub and did some other bits and bobs. I sold lingerie at one point, and so like I can't just give you a straight, yeah, I did this, but bulk of it info products, and that's what I bought the nightclub with, my info product money. And then the last, not quite 10 years, but the last maybe 8 years, something like that, time's flown. Like since that time we don't talk about, the tyranny of a few years ago, life's a blur, but I don't know, 8 years-ish, something like that. My primary businesses have been software as a service. So if you don't know what that is, it's what all info product marketers end up making their way into over time, because they cut their teeth and learn digital marketing, learn how to sell, learn how to market stuff in info products. Like people like Alex Becker, he started off in info products. I don't know if he probably had a bumpy journey, but a bulk of what you know Alex Becker for back in the day was he was like a internet marketing guru, if you like. And then more recently sold his software as a service for $100 million. That's Hyros. If you're in the ads game, the paid ads game, you've probably heard of that. In fact, if you pay in the paid ads game, you'll know who Alex Becker is. But so everybody that starts off there ends up there, kind of thing. And there's loads of them. I could reel off loads of names. Sam Ovens, he used to have consulting.com, info product marketer, really, essentially. Kind of changed the game a little bit. So did Alex Becker. They've all changed the game in their own little way, but info products. And then ended up in software as a service, which is Skool, Skool. You might have heard of it. It's like a community platform. And then Alex Hormozy, I don't know how he got involved in it. I don't know if his initial businesses were info products, I'm not even sure he's a super duper info product marketer, but he's definitely in that world. I mean, he's written books and sold stuff online and that, if he's not a pure thoroughbred info product marketer. But then he's kind of partnered up with school. I don't know what, he's got other stuff, but he's like, last I knew, he was in, I don't follow any of them, but not fully. Casual eye every now and again, but nothing I don't like, oh, what are they doing? But yeah, he ended up a partner in school. I don't know what the deal is, but with some of them. So it's like all of these internet marketing gurus, these info product marketers end up in software as a service, or they have done over the last few years, because they start off in info, which is interesting. I mean, I'm a fan. I like info products. I think info products is great. It changed my life. So I've got nothing bad to say about it. But there's definitely a bunch of scoundrels and scumbags in the info product game, which is what it probably gets a bad reputation with some people. You say like course gurus, and all that, they're always slagging them off. But anyway, a lot of people tend to have taken the same kind of direction. They start off in info, learn the ropes, learn how to market, learn how to sell, and then go, well, is there something better of value I can offer, maybe with recurring revenue in it and things like that. And then they end up going from info, where they cap out usually at X amount, and they go into software as a service, or they have traditionally. So what's software as a service? Well, that's software as a service is where I made my next 10 million, which is the point I was going to make, what I was trying to make. So first 10 million in info, second 10 million, and again, I say 10 million because it went 8 figures. I didn't make 10 million and then that stopped. I'm just saying at least 10 million. So we're into 8 figures on info, and we're into 8 figures on software as a service. And that's what I've done for the last 8 years. Now, personally, I feel like I've been in the wrong vehicle my entire life. So, for example, I never intended on selling information about selling on Amazon, but I ended up somehow getting into the gravitational pull of the Amazon world. And it's like, as much as I try and escape because I'm not an Amazon guy, the market tries to define you as one, and then when it pulls you back in and you make some money doing it, it's hard to escape the gravity however much you try. But I've spent the last, 5 years escaping the gravitational pull of being defined as any particular thing, which I think I've done now, because nobody knows me as like an Amazon guy, nobody knows me as an info product marketer, nobody knows me as a SaaS guy. I kind of retired from the public eye to a certain extent and just kind of did my thing. But I'm coming back as a mentor with one last push into the info space, which again, I've got a passion for. I do love teaching, and I know that sounds cringe and cliche, and like people say it, but you almost question it. Do you really mean it? I actually do. Like, when I felt most alive was on stage in front of I won't say hundreds, but 100 plus people, like, and I'm teaching them for a day, like, or I'm hosting an event, like, in front of the people. Like, some people they fear that. I felt most alive doing that. And same with like these online events where I've done like 5-day challenges, or I've done a launch and I've done 8-week like coaching, online group coaching things, stuff like that. That's what I love. I don't love video courses. I don't love that kind of create it and then sell it loads. I much prefer kind of hands-on helping people, like in the dirt with them. I like that. I miss it. So I'm coming back out of mentorship. And anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. That's the direction I'm moving in Dubai. Having said that, as always, I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff. I've still got 10 companies or something like that. Still doing crypto, still doing property, still doing a bunch of stuff. Like, so it's not just one thing, but my kind of passion project is, and then the next $10 million, and probably my last $10 million, and who knows, maybe it'll be 100 million, maybe this will be the one, but my last $10 million, my intention is to push into AI. So I've done the info products, I've done the software as a service, and then my next 10 million, and I don't know how long we've got, because my genuine belief is entrepreneurship and capitalism is going to change massively over the next probably 5 years, but definitely over the next 10 or so years, without a doubt. everything that you think and take for granted now is going to change. Without a doubt. We're at the early days of the internet, not knowing how the internet's going to go, and everyone still thinks it's just some weird thing that weirdos use, and then it changed the world. Well, we're at that turning point for AI, where people are starting to accept it in the mainstream, but still they think it's that won't take my job, that won't do this, that won't do that. No, it's going to do everything. It's going to do everything. It's going to redefine capitalism. It's going to redefine everything. So the way I see it, you've got two options. You can either bury your head in the sand and try to ignore AI as long as you can, or you can embrace it, push into it, and ride the wave of AI. Just like when I turned of age, so in 1999, I was at 19 years old. Year 2000, I would say, was the birth of the internet as we know it. I know it was born before that, but like, just everything started to kind of develop, and just everything, just the internet spawned. I see it as 2000 was the real turning point. Even though some might say 98, some might say 2003. I see these nippers that have been selling online for like 12 years, been like, yes, it started 12 years ago. I'm like, no, mate, it didn't, because I've been in the game for 23 years. Like, and I didn't start when it started, but I feel like I turned of age, just turned to that. I mean, in my 20s, I'm 20 years old in year 2000, where the internet started to go. And I rode the wave. I must admit, I acted like a retired person. I'd have made a whole lot more money if I hadn't have. But I was comfortable. I was making good money and not doing any work for it. So I got to a comfortable level, and then kind of just wasted the opportunity, really, by taking my foot off the gas, which I shouldn't have done. I should have been like the Americans are, which is like, just push. I should have done that. But yeah, it's also, even the last few years, when the government's taken over 50% of it, and then you're getting nothing back for it, it's like, I don't know, you almost don't want to push. And maybe that's not a very good mindset, probably isn't a good mindset, but it's just the truth. It's like, well, if the government's taking most of it, because they don't just take 40% or 45% or whatever, they take most of it. And it's like, you're almost like, well, I can make comfortable money doing this. Why make more? So I just give the government more when they're just going to waste it on foreign wars and bullshit. So, yeah, I took my foot off the gas. I've took my foot off the gas all through, but I've still done all right. Still, most normal people, especially from where I used to live, would say Matt's been successful. I beat myself up a little bit because I think the opportunities for entrepreneurship are closing fast, but I do think we've got a few more years left, and I do think we've got one more push. I see it as my last push. My last push is going to be into the AI space. I'm going to ride that wave however long it lasts. But the beauty of it is I feel like everything I've done up until now is like training for now, because everything I've done I can apply to what I'm doing going forwards, and I almost feel like uniquely it has positioned me more so than 99.9999% of people to be able to see things in a way that other people can't see, and ride this opportunity in a way that most people aren't. So yeah, that's kind of what I was doing. I made 10 million plus in info products, and I made 10 million plus in software as a service, which is subscription-based software. I should have probably said that earlier in the video. And then I'm going to make my next 10 million plus in AI, and that's what I'm going to do in Dubai. So I'm not giving it all to the UK government. I'm going to build that AI company here in Dubai, where success is celebrated. They don't want to strip you of everything you make. The sun shines, it's peaceful, safe, sunny. So yeah, I feel like this year is a setup for next year. Next year being the year where a lot of people's stuff collapses, but like every recession and every like difficult period of time, if you look at my businesses, have always done well. So I feel like this is the preparation year. In fact, I feel like the last 23 years plus in business, I've been preparation for this moment. And I think this is the last chance we get. I think you do what you're gonna do now, or you're gonna have the ability to do it removed from you. Just because I think capitalism as we know it is gonna disappear. It has to because of AI, robotics and automation. But I'll always meet with resistance with people over that, because they don't want to hear it. They don't want to fear it. I fear it most days. I fear it. I don't want things to change, but I'm a boomer. Do you know what I mean? I remember back when you used to leave your door unlocked, like you can do in Dubai, but you can't in the UK anymore. When you used to hang out on the streets all day, everyone wasn't staring at phones, even when you're like in a social setting. Like, I don't know, life felt better back then, I guess, but I'm old enough to remember it, and all the young ones, they don't remember it, so they don't miss it. Anyway, like an old person, I'm rambling now. So yeah, that's it, info products, software as a service. And now I'm going to be building an AI business. But what I'm going to be doing is sharing that journey. I don't want to say that I'm going to be deep dive training on this channel, but I'm definitely going to tickle it. I'm definitely going to talk more about what I'm doing as I do it, but I'm going to try and focus on doing way more than talking about it. So like, this channel is kind of to capture my journey, kind of help to kind of help people join me on the journey if they want to. And yeah, I do that all from safe, sunny Dubai. So you'll see it happen and it'll roll out, or you'll either see me fall flat on my face, or you go, oh shit, I remember Matt when he had 2,000 subs and he said he was going to set up this AI company, and there he is, smashing it with his AI company. Or the robot stuff took over, AI's taken all their jobs, and we're useless eaters, eating out of the palm of the state if they allow us to, while they jab us with more garbage and whatever else. Anyway, conspiracy hat off. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Again, it's just a capturing my journey, sharing my thoughts. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.